Saludos gente, estamos en un nuevo video en el instituto y pues aquí seguimos averiguando y conociendo a los líderes de lo que viene siendo esta facción. Aparentemente pues no han sido hostiles con nosotros, han sido pues bastante pacíficos, incluso aunque quieren que nos unamos, sobre todo nuestro hijo Sean. Y pues bueno, creo que ya tengo todo esto explorado. Es hora de regresar.
Rumor is, Advanced Systems will be starting a new dark matter initiative soon.
The commissary is always open. Would you like some processed sustenance packets?
I'll take a look, sure.
She's been at it for over 2 hours.
Hi.
What is she even
I wish I had
testing?
more time to spend with Quentin, but I can't be in two places at once. We haven't been able to crack that one yet.
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Well, that was productive. If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Sleep is such a waste of time. I'd rather be designing more efficient plasma engines.
Rushed work is sloppy at best and deadly at worst.
Doctor.
Since you're new here,
Pues hemos encontrado a la doctora Lee. Vamos a ver qué nos dice.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
Authorized to be where? What is this place?
You're standing in the Advanced Systems Division, and you are not a part of my staff. If you want a tour of the place, why don't you ask Father, seeing that he's apparently given you the keys to the castle? Now, can I get back to work?
What are you working on?
There's no getting rid of you, is there? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
You're the scientist. Why do you think I'm here?
Well, let's see. A Brotherhood of Steel airship arrives in the Commonwealth. You find a way to intercept our teleport signal, and now you show up at my door. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
Why would we want you dead?
I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lyons let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much. That's why I came to the Institute. It was the only place that I thought I'd be out of the Brotherhood's reach and still be able to do my research. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help? Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
Did you abandon any projects you wanted to complete?
You should know better than to ask me that. If they didn't tell you what I was working on, they didn't want you to know. I'm certainly not going to put my neck on the line and spread their dirty little secrets. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal?
I already have something that might convince you.
How did you... Never mind. Just let me see what you've got.
How do I know you'll honor our agreement?
I never promised I'd return to the Brotherhood. I said I would consider it. You're just going to have to trust me. If the Brotherhood didn't, they wouldn't have risked sending you to find me in the first place. Now hand it over.
Here you go.
A holotape? This better not be a waste of my time.
Bueno, pues ahora sabemos la verdad sobre Virgil y la doctora Lee.
They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
Is this enough to convince you?
More than enough. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
A courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
Bueno, pues creo que ya nos instaló ese chip de cazacintes,
Dr. Lee.
el cual pues ahora
Just tell whoever sent you to
Do you have security
vamos a
codes to
poder
any of the other sections?
pasar
Here,
del instituto
this
a
is
la
everything I
Commonwealth.
have. It's not much, but you can use them however you like. Anything else?
Good luck, Doctor.
To both of us.
Safety first. Remember that. No visible reaction. We'll start the next trial.
Gotta find the terminal.
Much larger this time. And the side effects.
Through.
Now hold still. All we could return to every second of the experience.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Greetings, sir.
Remember, to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks
Nothing
he
to
can hide
report,
his
sir.
Pues bueno, ya nos estamos adentrando
to knock some heads
hacia
together.
una
So much research.
ubicación
Dragging their feet on the
probablemente con un
targeting
nuevo
package
líder.
upgrades I asked for. Maybe I
Always
should
be
take some
vigilant.
courses with me.
We have
Aye.
many
Yes,
enemies.
father's a great man.
Please don't.
You must be very
There's
proud.
enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results.
Doc,
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Report anything suspicious to the SRB. Power armor is sturdy enough, but it limits your mobility. Carry on, sir.
Power armor, huh?
Bueno,
You
pues
take
aquí
down a
tenemos
Brotherhood
un
soldier?
cazacintes.
Child synth. It's just remarkable.
No sé bien qué son esas granadas, ya más adelante las usaremos.
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed. All maintenance requests should be directed to the Facilities Division.
I know you'll achieve great things here. We all do.
Welcome to the Institute, sir. Pardon me, sir.
Call this a clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust? Don't make excuses.
If you require maintenance, please file a report with the Facilities Division.
Bueno, pues, ¿qué les ha parecido este lugar? Creo que, pues, como ya lo había mencionado anteriormente, este lugar es muy sostenible. Solamente que, pues, todavía no sabemos el futuro que esto va a desentrañar, porque obviamente, pues, tenemos a los sintes o al instituto para así mejor identificarlos. Y, pues, también a la hermandad. Entonces, pues aún no decido bien cómo vamos a desenlazar todo esto.
Where I can see them. Now.
Bueno, pues ahora sí ya podemos desplazarnos. Todavía pues no lo voy a hacer. Necesitamos ir con padre para pues proseguir la historia y pues regresar a la hermandad para ver pues cómo vamos a determinar esto.
You are authorized to access my stock of supplies.
Nice.
Remember to conserve power at every opportunity.
Lo que no entiendo es por qué se tiene el nombre de Sean.
Broken.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
First things first. How do I get back to the surface?
The same way you got in, of course. You are not a prisoner here. You may come and go as you please. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
So it's like every other wonder gizmo ever invented. When will you eggheads learn?
Have faith. Let me show you how we deal with such problems. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
His memories. Why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger. and a delay could cost lives.
Son,
Bueno, sí, también tenemos a los del ferrocarril que no sé si en determinado momento pues tenemos que matarles o no sé, es algo que poco a poco iremos descubriendo. Bueno, al parecer aquí está el muelle de Najanta, una zona que todavía no he explorado. A lo mucho pues esta parte no he cruzado por acá. Bueno, pues regresamos con la hermandad a ver qué nos dicen. Ya que somos un agente doble, que pues en determinado momento vamos a tener que escoger el futuro de la Commonwealth. Oh, vaya. Está bien curioso eso. Ah, miren, aquí está nuestra chica. Nuestra baby. Miren nada más, qué mujer.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
You didn't expect me to survive the trip?
A device like the signal interceptor is way out of my league. I was hoping you'd make it, but I find it tough to have faith in technology I don't understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
What do you hope to find on there?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxson gave you all of the details? Good luck, Knight.
Igual y aquí está el armamento, de la hermandad. No alcanzo a ver bien. Pero sí, podría ser para la lucha final. Pues ahora vamos al Prideway para checar pues igual la continuación de la doctora Lee.
received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
Will she be harmed if she doesn't cooperate?
Absolutely not. We have big plans for Dr. Lee, including the resurrection of one of her greatest creations. The last thing we'd want to do is kill the Golden Goose. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Vertibird docking systems and fusion coolant seed systems reporting.
Bueno, pues ahora vamos de regreso.
Time to waste when there's work to be done.
A ver, algo creo que está mal. Vamos a checar de nuevo. Aquí está.
Proctor.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project.
No me lo pone.
How much has Maxon told you about it?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us first. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in.
Vamos a ver qué hay sobre esta puerta. Oh, hay gente.
This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
My help? I don't know a thing about robot repair.
Why don't we leave the repairing to my scribes? You're going to be doing the legwork. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
Why is the power blowing out his CPU?
Liberty Prime has a highly complex power system. A good deal of that system was damaged when he exploded. So I'm working in the dark, trying to come up with parts on my own. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Esto se pone interesante porque justamente en Fallout 3 sale este mega robot
que se dirige justamente hacia el enclave y pues es toda una batalla acampada. De hecho también pues salen los como helicópteros o naves y pues es una pelea fascinante. ¿Quién diría que volvería este road a la vida, Yo pensé que aquí está lleno de armamento, pero pues está lleno de este gigante del Prime en el yermo capital. Oh, miren, Piper también anda acá apoyando. Pues voy a regresar al Primeway, porque pues ahí dice que debemos de contar sobre lo que hemos descubierto ahí sobre los intes. Entonces no sé muy bien con quién tenemos que ir, vamos a averiguarlo.
Now that we have intelligence on the institute.
A lo mejor podría ser con el que le damos las carpetas técnicas, la información toda relacionada con el yermo.
Attention, this is a reminder. All recovered technology must be presented immediately to Proctor Quinlan for evaluation. Anyone found in possession of undocumented technologies will be subject to inquiry and punishment.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
Oh, miren, ya llegó la doctora Lee.
What changed your mind?
Nothing changed my mind. I promised you I'd return to the Brotherhood, and I've kept my end of the bargain.
Do I need to remind you why you made that promise in the first place?
No, that won't be necessary. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Vale, pues nos está yendo una
Nice work bringing Dr. Lee back into the fold. There's something you need.
Let me see what you have.
Got some choice weapons that just came in.
Structure integrity green. Hull plating stable.
I have another assignment for you, Knight. Virgil. As long as that abomination lives, he's a threat to the Brotherhood. The time has come to deal with him.
A threat? One super mutant?
This Virgil once led the Institute's biomedical research. He experimented with FEV. He tested it on human subjects. How many super mutants did he create? How many lives have been lost because of his hubris? No. He and his work are a threat. They must be destroyed.
What's the plan?
Better to keep this simple. He trusts you. Go alone, and he may let his guard down. Get in, get the job done, and get out. That's all there is to it.
What's the plan?
Get in, get done, get out. That's all there is to it.
He helped us before. We can't just betray him.
We don't owe him anything. What he did for his own reasons. He served his purpose. Now he's just another monster. And a damn dangerous one.
I'll take care of it, Captain.
Thank you, Knight. Dismissed.
Bueno, pues realmente no opto mucho por
Captain.
Skills like
por
yours should be
matarlo.
shared. If you're willing,
Vamos a ver
I'd
si
like to
lo
enlist your
podemos llevar a
help in
nuestro
educating our squires.
Bolt.
What exactly do I have to do?
An easy mission with a huge payoff. A squire will shadow you as you clear a location of those anomalies created by the bomb. Mutants, synths, and the like. The squire learns from you, and the Commonwealth is a little cleaner. What do you say?
I don't have time for that.
These squires need a strong influence like you. Should you reconsider, you know where to find me.
Proximity sensors green. Getting a 3-second ping back.
I have a situation I need to report.
All right. I'm listening.
I found a group of escaped synths.
All right. You have my attention. Tell me everything you know.
They're growing in number. More synths are being brought in regularly.
What? Who are you talking about? What are you going on about?
They're growing in number. More synths are being brought in regularly.
So this isn't a problem we can allow to continue. I'm starting to see why you brought this to me. What else can you tell me?
They're trying to set up some kind of permanent place for themselves, outside the Institute.
So this isn't an Institute operation? Well, that makes it even worse. Do you have any additional information from which we'd benefit?
Acadia has been turned into a fortified location, hiding escaped synths.
They're actively defending themselves, in other words. All right. I've heard enough. You were right to bring this to my attention. I'll see that the matter is raised with Elder Maxson as soon as possible. If he wants to eradicate this menace, we'll need time to refit vertibirds for extended flight. I'll get the crews to work. In the meantime, any additional intelligence you can gather will help ensure that the action we take is precise and coordinated. Do not engage these synths until we're prepared. Understood?
Stray radio signals keep pinging the array. I'm gonna try to filter it out.
System deltas at 100%. Secondary delta standing by.
Balonet Alpha at 93%. Compensating.
You proven yourself in the field, Knight. I'd be...
Once we decrypt that intel you recover from the Institute, we'll know a lot more about them.
I'm proud to be serving under Elder Maxon. I had enough.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Did we make a mistake asking her to help?
No, don't worry about it. We might not be best buddies, but we'll get the job done. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
What do the actuators do?
Pretty simple, really. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck. Any luck with those actuators yet? Liberty Prime isn't going far without his arms and legs.
Bueno, pues eso no estaba, Ya lo están construyendo. Sí, ya no está la cabeza. Y las piezas. Pues no cabe duda, están cambiando el mapa. Bueno, pues tenemos varias misiones, tanto con la hermandad como con el instituto, entre otras. Entonces por el momento voy a dejar aquí el video. Yo más que nada pues voy a explorar estas zonas para que pues llegue más directo, porque como verán pues no están descubiertas, tanto esta como la de acá abajo. Y déjenme checar esta, creo que esta tampoco está descubierta. Sí, aún no está descubierta. Lo bueno es de que aquí está cerca. Entonces primero voy a llegar acá y cuando me acerque pues continuaré con el video. Entonces nos vemos hasta la próxima y seguimos en ello. No se les olvide suscribirse al canal y sobre todo si les ha gustado la trayectoria por el yermo, darle un like al video. Y si gustan también dejarme un comentario sobre qué les ha parecido esta trama. Nos vemos hasta la próxima. Hasta luego.